the GERD would keep me up. I would sleep on a wedge pillow and I would still couldn't sleep because of the GERD. So I would have terrible sleeping issues because of it. And so these are issues I've been dealing with for years. I never got a good night's sleep, with all this. Brain fog, because I'd be so tired during the day and I'd have to take a nap. And, and it caused all those things together caused weight gain that I couldn't get off. I was a yo-yo dieter and a stress eater with all of it.
Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Cooper of In Harmony Functional Medicine, home of the Harmony Way, where we are cultivating a climate for wellness. Today, we are sharing our time with Miss Marianne.
Hi, how are you?
She's going to share a little bit about her experience in undergoing care here at In Harmony Functional Medicine. Miss Marianne, could you give us an idea of what was it that made you seek out care?
Well, I first started as a chiropractor patient, and when I was sitting in your waiting room, I saw pamphlets for gut health. And I've been basically a career person of going to medical care for gut health for years. And it started even when I was a child that I had gut health issues. But I've been to doctor after doctor for years, and medication after medication, and I was popping Melanta and different things for like they were candy, and nothing was helping. And when I would go to my doctor, he would say, "Oh, just keep taking this pill," and we were not getting answers. We had plenty of testing done, but it was just staying on the medication, and I wasn't getting relief.
Oh, okay. And what would you say were some of your main symptoms, and how were they affecting you on a day-to-day basis?
Well, it was GERD and bloating and severe constipation. The GERD would keep me up. I would sleep on a wedge pillow and I would still couldn't sleep because of the GERD. So I would have terrible sleeping issues because of it. And so these are issues I've been dealing with for years. I never got a good night's sleep, with all this. Brain fog, because I'd be so tired during the day and I'd have to take a nap. And, and it caused all those things together caused weight gain that I couldn't get off. I was a yo-yo dieter and a stress eater with all of it.
What was that, what made you actually make that decision? What was that last, this is the last straw. I'm going to actually look into this further.
Well, just talking with you, and seeing your kind and caring way of wanting to help your patients, and seeing that in the brochures in the office, and I thought, what? I've tried everything. I'm not getting anywhere. And now it's time to try to solve these where I'm not getting answers from other people.
What would you say makes our approach different so far through your care?
You look at the whole person. You look at all the issues connected instead of just, when you go to a doctor, they go inch by inch. You look at the whole patient, and between you and Kaylee's health coaching, and it's helped me be aware of food sensitivities that I've had, that I thought I was eating healthy in some points of my time, and finding out that my spinach omelet with tomatoes and avocado were really actually hurting me. I thought everybody would go, "Oh, you eat so healthy." But those were also causing me more issues.
And so you brought up a great point. I think sometimes it's easy to adopt habits and diets based on what works for everybody else, but everybody has an individual journey. We have to identify what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And some of these things are seasonal. Sometimes it works for you during certain seasons. And sometimes it doesn't work in other seasons. And so I believe, just like what you said, having a personalized approach, somebody who will kind of give you guidance along the way, step by step. Okay, what am I going to do in this season to manage where I am? I do think that is helpful too. So what changes have you noticed since you've begun your care?
My gut issues have got better. I've got off the medication for, that I was taking the pantoprazole. My blood sugars have been great and manageable. I used to be like a 6.5 down to 5.5 on my A1C. I have a fatty liver, and my AST and my ALTs are the best they have looked in years. I have more energy. Good. My sleep score was a 91 on my Apple Watch this morning.
I'm jealous.
And so I'm not as sleepy during the day, and my brain fog is so much better, so I don't. I used to stand by the microwave and think, what am I trying to do? And doctors, when you would tell doctors these things, they just sort of listen, and then they, brush it off, and they don't recognize it. And it's sort of like PMS years ago. They didn't want to recognize that, or chronic fatigue syndrome. And these are real issues out there. And so it takes a person to be an advocate for themselves.
Yep.
I've been a caretaker all my years, for like 40, 50 years. And I helped take care of so many people, but I wasn't an advocate for myself.
What would you say to somebody who's dealing with a similar gut issue, is on the fence about if they're going to get help or not?
Well, hopefully they don't wait as long as I did, because, you go to doctors one after another, and, usually you get a referral for this doctor, and you wait, and then, and they don't really look at the person and what you're eating. And I truly believe today the food is, there's a lot of additives and bad things in our foods that are affecting us. Why are so many people having gut issues? And being a stress eater for so many years, it was easier working and taking care of people to go through a drive-through, or pick up processed foods or something, and those things I think are coming back to haunt us, and so taking charge of looking at what we're eating, I think, is a big, big important thing to do. And doing the testing to check for bacteria in your gut and food sensitivities, it's a powerful knowledge to have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, excellent. All of these are great points. I agree, especially with how, our understanding of food has changed. Our exposures have changed. And so the ways that we were doing things 20 years ago just simply won't suffice now. The foods that we're eating are a far cry, from what we're eating now. And so I do agree that guidance is huge. I do agree with the fact that you have to be really active in the process. You have to advocate for yourself. If you're on the fence, so you're trying to figure out, hey, is this for me? Well, I think the first question is, are you really ready to prioritize your health? And if you're ready to prioritize your health, you start asking the right questions. And I do believe that functional medicine is offering us the space, the time, and the ability to do the proper testing, which will lead to the proper treatment, of patients. So I really appreciate you sharing your experience with me, with us, and with those who are listening. And then I look forward to continually working with you and tackling some of these next goals that we have. And then if you're a listener, you may have a story that's similar to hers, where you're dealing with gut issues, or you're dealing with sleep issues and energy, and so I challenge you to find those answers. Take a bet on yourself, invest in your health with your time, with your resources, and you too can get some relief as well. So once again, thanks for checking us out. See you next time.